Ladies and gentlemen, I give you a Team Liquid show match between Taeja and Liquid TLO. It is a ZVT on Antigua Shipyards. And before we get in the game, I just want to give a huge shout out to Team Liquid for just being awesome. They're so good at PR, it's almost like they're Riot Games. And before you hate me for doing a LoL comparison, you got to give it up to Riot. They know how to publicize their game, and Team Liquid knows how to publicize their team. They are so darn good at it. I'm sure they will retweet my tweet saying this game has gone up. And additionally, trying to get a replay from a Team Liquid player is very easy because they have a staff that's dedicated to holding replays and distributing them that does the Team Liquid weekly replay packs every Thursday, I believe it is. But also, if I'm watching a stream, or if a stream gets put on Reddit, like the Taeja versus IMC game, I can just go to their staff and say, hey, can I get this replay? And chances are they go, sure, here it is. That's how I got this show match. TLO said, hey, I'm playing a BO5 against Taeja. I was at work. I couldn't watch it, but I wanted to cast it, so I talked to the Team Liquid staff, and they gave me the replays. It is just that easy. If I want to get a replay of, like, Idra, I have to go to the Kraken himself. To my knowledge, EG, they don't have anyone that watches over all the replays and distributes them to the casters to give their players publicity. Team Liquid just does that so well, but now we will begin the game. It is on Daybreak. The 12 barracks does go down. Taeja not getting any gas just yet. And it is about time to be getting that gas, so it looks like he will be going for a 1-Rax Expo, which is very common on this map. TLO, of course, going to be going for that 15 hatch. Common on every map except Steps of War, which is long removed from the map pool. He is also going to be sending out that drone scout. Looks like he left at 13 or 14. It's just there so we can get an idea of what Taeja is doing. He is not placing another barracks, another supply depot here to wall this drone in. So TLO most likely will be going behind the mineral line just to kind of get a count on those SCVs. Because the drone did leave to go scout relatively early, he knows, okay, you are sending an SCV out to scout. There's one that's missing. There's another SCV that's going down. Sees the orbital command morphing, and when do players get orbital commands? It's either at 15 or 16, and Taeja is doing it at 15. 99% of the times, Terran gets their orbital command at 15. So if you get behind the middle line, you can get a quick count on those SCVs. I have a blog out telling you an easy way to count them all. And no, okay, there's not a barracks building anywhere. So TLO should know right now that it's not a 2-Rax play. We do have Taeja going to be going for a double gas right after this barracks, and that is a little bit unique. We'll see exactly what he ends up doing. Of course, Taeja not really known for his mech play. I've never actually seen Taeja play mech in TVZ. His bio, micro, and macro is just flawless, and his macro is like beyond any other Terrans I've ever seen. I've compared him to Polt, and Taeja is just leagues beyond him when it comes to macro. After this game, we will be looking in SE2 gears and just looking at it. It is flawless, and it better be this game, unless I am going to be looking like an idiot. The first Marine does come out of Taeja. TLO hasn't got any gas just yet. Daybreak is one of those maps where a lot of Zerg players will tend to get late gas because you can do without speedlings. It's very easy to hold Hellions off on this map. Queen generally sits right here. If the Hellions are coming, she can come up to block. You have spine callers. TLO will most likely get a spine between 5:05 and 5:15, so it does finish around the time a Hellion would be getting to his base, and now these Lings just patrolling around the map and showing that nothing funky is going on. There's nothing these Lings could be doing right now, so it doesn't hurt him one bit. We do have Taeja holding this one watchtower, so we can see if any all-ins come, see if these Marines have to start booking it up the ramp in case, like, early aggression was coming out, which it isn't from TLO. And Taeja did get the scout, saw the pool finish, didn't see any gases, so he knows chances are it's not going to be any all-in because TLO didn't get any gas. I don't know of any Zerg all-ins besides like the 6 pool that involve not taking a gas. So you definitely need speed, Bailings, and Roaches generally to perform a Zerg all-in. Taeja knows neither of those can happen, so he's going to be very happy macroing up. Going to be getting those Hellions out. We do see TLO starting that spine crawler a little bit later than I said, but it is going to come up by the time the Hellions come out, so maybe I missed something that TLO did see. Ling comes up, sees the reactor factory. Let me just double check on that. Yeah, he does. He also sees the tech lab coming down on the barracks, and now this can be kind of one or... No, he saw the starport as well. Did he not? No, he didn't see the starport, so missing this, that was actually relatively big because just seeing the barracks on the tech lab, it could be like a Hellion Marauder all-in right now, but this is a friendly show match. And I don't think either player would all in their teammate when there's no money on the line. This game is just for practice. And it's just so awesome to be casting these two players. We do have a cloaked Banshee, and that is what these early double gases do tell. And TLO doesn't have an Overlord in that position, so he won't be able to find that out. These two Spine Crawlers do get canceled. Let's see what TLO sees. Has no idea about those double gases. Hellions are going to be coming in, just trying to deny all the creeps, but that is all these Hellions want to do. This tumor is going to get taken out. Nice micro from Taeja, knowing exactly where the tumor is, and going to be sacrificing some Hellion health to kill off those tumors, and that is ever so annoying. And now that one Hellion gets a little low on health, so Taeja does swap them up. Nice play there. Taeja going to be going on his third base. This one Overlord, does he know about it? No, he doesn't. Lings are going to be coming in, and now they will be taking out this one SCV. That base cannot be built. The SCV just immediately turns tail and runs. Two Marines are coming out against these two Lings, so the command center won't be forced to be canceled. Taeja can bring his SCV back on down and keep that on going. Doesn't even lose an SCV on that. That was pretty nice. Banshee is coming in. Cloak just about done. This third base not going to be going up because, well, the Banshee is going to be sure to cancel it. TLO even canceling all those tumors, realizing the Banshee could possibly put an end to that. No, just going to be changing the position. Cancel them right here. Decided I can put them up over here as the creep did spread. Hellions are going to be going into the natural right now, seeing just mainly Lings, and those Lings cannot go. Well, they can't even do anything to save this one hatch. 4 Queens are out, and Taeja is choosing to start attacking the Queens. Going over to this, the lair is morphing. Did Taeja use a scan? No, he didn't. Has no idea on that lair timing. And goes near a Spore Caller. Loses the Banshee. A little bit careless there. We do have a bunch of Lings now coming out for TLO. This command center just about done, and those Lings looks like they want to go over to the natural. Maybe he assumed that command center got canceled. I don't know. He is going to be doing a big run by. Knows the Hellions were around his base, and the Banshee was out, so he probably assumed there's not much at the fence, and this run by is doing quite a bit of damage to Taeja. At the same time, we do have Lings coming out to attack this third base, and this is what is heard about Daybreak. It's a little bit hard to defend your third base. In TLO, his main play is creep spread, which Taeja has done a good job at denying, but also it's multiple attacks. And TLO is proving that correct. We did have him take out 15 workers right there. Another Banshee is just hanging out right there. And also, this game is played on the American server, so both players have equivalent lag. Of course, TLO lives in Europe, Taeja in Korea, so both of them do have lag. However, both of them kind of have their home field advantage. Playing at home, that does mean a lot, because many players, like, go back before MLG when Marine King won it, many players didn't really fear playing Marine King on a tournament, like in person, because nerves just got to him. But when he's comfortable at home on ladder, no one wanted to play him because he was just unstoppable. So playing at home does take into account, so maybe that equals up for the lags as Taeja does move out with Hellions. More Lings do come in, taking out even more SCVs. Lings are going to be taken out, and TLO is going to be losing all these Lings, but doing a lot of damage to Taeja right now. 21 SCVs killed. Going over into this loss tab, Taeja even losing more than TLO, so that is never a good situation to be in. Hellions are going to be coming. There is a Spine Caller, but there is a Banshee right here. Going to be cloaking to take out this Queen. The Spore Caller, a little bit far away. It is going to be moving. Oh, no, one's going to be building. Queen trying to lure the Banshee into the Spore range, and the Spore is now attacking the Banshee. Taeja is going to be microing that back. TLO at the same time is going to be going in with another counterattack, but this time Taeja has enough units, and it looks like the command center that was down here just lifted up and landed down here to morph into an orbital command, and he is going to be taking the base right there, going to give up on this base right here. Taeja is starting to build his tanks just now. Taeja is definitely known for his bio play. He doesn't really get that many tanks, and that can be a trouble on this map, because if you have a lot of tanks taking this base, then all your base is defended. With enough tanks, you can cover this ramp, and you can kind of cover this area. It's not so easy, but it's much easier to cover these entrances with mech than it is with just pure bio. So Taeja is going to be putting on a lot of aggression. TLO has a nice Overlord spread. That Infestation Pit is researching the passing glands, and we do have the Overlord speed upgrade already done for TLO. 2-2, just about done. 2-2 for Taeja. not quite yet. It is about halfway. Lings are going to be reacting to this relatively quickly, and this drop isn't going to be doing much damage at all compared to the damage that TLO has done to Taeja. Hellions now just sitting by at this one middle line, does not want to get a lot of Lings into the middle line yet again because TLO has just done that so much. TLO going to be setting up for multiple attacks yet again. Lings going off on both sides of the map, and that creep is still spreading. And you can notice most of the times when I go to these creep tumors, they're just on the edge. TLO, that's one of the things he strongly believes in, saying if there's ever a creep tumor idle, then that's just a mistake on your part. You're just not fast enough. TLO is going to be doing a run by at both bases. We do have a Hellions at that third base. And a few Lings do stop to take out SCVs and then go away, finish off the Hellions, getting that complete surround. And now this third base has to get lifted. It doesn't look like, oh, just not quick enough. It was in the process of lifting as it did go down. Lings still going to be running in. TLO has killed 29 workers now. Going to be going back for this middle line. Notice there's no mules out for Taeja. Actually, Taeja's been forced to put them up in his main base, and that is not what you want to do because your main base is going to be mining out very quickly. So easy to go on one base econ, like in the 18-minute mark of the game when you mule up your main, the entire portion of that. And looks like Taeja is going to be moving out. His 2-2 just now finishing, so it looks like that is his cue to move out. Knows, okay, my 2-2's finishing. Your 2-2 has a head start on mine. Ultras are coming out. Stim does come back. Taeja not having his tank siege, and this could be devastating for Taeja right now. Those Marines are going to be taken out. And this third base in trouble yet again. Lings are going to come. They're leading the way. That is not what they want to do. The Ultras want to lead that way. Ultras are at 3 armor. Those Marines do 5 damage per shot to them, but once this chitinous plating does finish, then the Marines will only do 3 damage instead of the normal 8 damage per shot. So you can see where Ultralisks can be kind of good. It does take Ultras a while to kill Marines when they have medevacs, but they soak up so much damage. And they are also good at killing buildings, especially PFs. And that one Ultra doing a little bit of dancing. And there goes the GG by Taeja. But let's just quickly go back and look at this game. This attack, why Taeja was moving out. Why is this, given it didn't work, but why is this such a good idea to move out? And my apologies, I missed saying Ultras were coming. I really hate it when I'm like, oh, Ultras are in the battle. But what I was saying is, Taeja knew TLO was at 2-2 way before him. He knew the hive was done. So he knew 3-3 and adrenal glands were about to finish. So he had a very narrow timing where it could hit. So as soon as his 2-2 hits, he knows, okay, chances are I have around 90 seconds to do damage before your 3-3 hits. Once your 3-3 hits, that is going to be tough for me because my 3-3 is going to be much later than when yours does finish. So that's probably why Taeja saying I have to move out now. It's probably don't have the supply lead. I'm not going to be careful and leapfrog my tanks because I only have 3 tanks. It's hard to leapfrog 3 tanks, and also it will slow me down. So Taeja just going out right then and there, trying to just do the damage to get even the game before TLO got those upgrades. And now we will be going into SC2 gears. And let's go game 1. Oh, shoot. So let's look at this. 2 fungals. Not many fungals used by TLO. No banelings. And it's kind of interesting how he dealt with that bio without using any banelings or infestors. Generally, pure Marine medevac just demolishes Lings. But TLO did so much damage killing off all those mules. Let's go into that resources spent. And we can go... Let's see... 21k, 34k, so 13k more minerals around, 33% more mineral spent, and 5k more gas. So let's say 40% more gas, 30% more minerals. TLO did outspend Taeja that game, and that's probably mostly due to all those workers killed. We can go into... I really want to see the injects, because this is one thing I don't like about TLO's play. He generally doesn't have the best 10-minute injects. 9.8 seconds. You saw Abver yesterday. He hit 5.4 seconds. Pretty much double. I mean, yeah, TLO is pretty much double what Abver was on those creep injects. Doesn't make a huge deal, but say like Taeja was doing some type of bunker rush, it's really critical that you get as many units out as you can to deal with that all-in. So even 4 seconds, that does make a difference when it comes to those all-ins. When you go up into these 20, 30-minute games, that 10-minute mark isn't going to hurt you too much. If you're playing against Protoss, you want to hit a 11-minute max out, which is possible. You need perfect injects. TLO generally doesn't have that, and we'll be talking about that a little next game.